I'll be talking a little bit about the Volunteering Gateway. It's a great opportunity for those of you that haven't had a chance to look at it, to have a little bit of a run through, see what some of the features and benefits of the Volunteering Gateway are. People that contributed their valuable ideas, that gave us input into the process up front. And we were able to take some of those ideas and hopefully turn them into a reality. So I'd like to personally thank those of you that have contributed along the way. We have reached out at a number of different occasions, but one of the big early opportunities to participate in this project was as part of the user research. And through that user research, we developed some personas of the people that we were trying to reach as users of this site. And, we're seeing here 3 different personas, but they speak to the things that we heard about. And they are that there are a lot of volunteer managers out there that are highly experienced and that they want their skills and knowledge to be extended. And so in doing so, we've provided some fairly high-end research articles and things that stimulate you to go above and beyond with your career as well. There are plenty of training opportunities out there as well for people that may take their career to the next level. So we're aiming to provide information and training to not just those people, but often they lead teams of people as well. And so the other members of their teams may benefit from this as well. The second persona that you can see there is the overwhelmed volunteer coordinator. And this role speaks to the beginner or entry level person that's put in charge of looking after lots of volunteers. And so what we were trying to achieve here is some fundamentals and some instructions and guidance to help you on that journey, help you feel a little bit less overwhelmed and have some sage guidance along the way that can give you the tools and the resources and the training opportunities to benefit you in your role. And in the last persona there, we have the time poor volunteer leader. And this speaks to the intermediate role that is, up to their eyeballs with people to manage and things to do and administrative tasks to perform. The realization here was that, people don't have huge amounts of time to go searching, hunting, looking. They want easy, accessible, simple and practical information at their fingertips. And by pulling all of this information into a central space, that's hopefully what we're trying to achieve here and the types of people that we're trying to appease. I'm going to talk about a few of the design features that bring some of these things to life. You can see here that the homepage for the Volunteering Gateway, I'm going to start at the top of the page. There's a purple bar across the top there that links to about the gateway and how volunteers can have pathways from the site, the national standards and the national strategy. And there are direct links to those important pieces of work there that allow organisations to move to the next level. There's an opportunity to make a suggestion, another area where you can contact not just Volunteering Australia, but other volunteering peak bodies in the states and territories as well. In the next row there, you'll see the logo. Then we're looking at, obviously, the home button, which will take you back to this page. Resources, which is a whole repository of different resources from research right through to guides and practical examples. There are templates on there. There are all sorts of things that are really going to help in your role. The next little area there relates to technology, and this is the start of a compilation of leading technology solutions in Australia. And you'll notice there that there's about 10 there at the moment, and that was our sort of goal to launch with a quorum, I guess, of solutions that were available to people. But we are hoping to expand that into the future and take that to the next level as well. So the next area there relates to training, and so what you'll find here is consolidated list of all the different training opportunities from right across Australia. You used to have to go to different sites to find these sorts of things, but now they're in one central place. And what that allows you to do is find things that are relevant to you, regardless of whether they're in the state or territory that you live in, or that you can physically visit. A lot of these training opportunities these days are online, just like this meeting. So there's no geographical restriction to access those. And you can go in there, you can make the booking and attend the different training courses and opportunities as you see fit. The other little areas that are worth bringing your attention to there, you can see my name there in black. That is by virtue of me having signed in with a user account. But, you know, if you hadn't signed in, you'd see something that said create account or something similar. And that enables you to create a little account. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. In the main section there, you'll see a little search box. It's a bit like Google. You can just type in the keywords or what have you that you want to search for, hit that search button, and then you get a mix of results from those different areas that I was just talking about. So let's dive into search and what it does and what it looks like. Here's the Google recruitment, for instance, and you'll start to see some of the results that come up there. The little yellow bars refer to the resources that relate to that search term. The green bars refer to the technology solutions that relate to that search term, and then the blue refers to the training opportunities that also apply to that keyword. So you can see there that there's a whole range of matching resources, technology, and training that have been tagged all the way through this site, so that you can find them easily, you can find them quickly, and it's quite a good way, I think, of easily doing it without taking up too much of your time. Another way of searching on the site is to use the category search, and this would be clicking one of those buttons at the top of the page. And in this case, I've clicked the resources button, and now I'm actually searching within resources. So it's an exclusive search within that area for what you're looking for. And you can see here that I can also type in a keyword just like I did back on the home page. But down the left-hand side, we also have these things that refine the search for you on the fly, called filters. And so you can toggle on and off these filters as you see fit. And it might mean that you could search within the state that you operate in, or the territory that you operate in. You might want to search for a particular volunteer management activity. Let's say you were looking for something to do with onboarding, or something to do with insurance. You know, there's all sorts of things on there, or legal, or what have you. You know, there's all sorts of little refinements that you can make to the range of resources that we have on there at the moment. Now, we've currently got about 100 resources on there, so you know, we're hoping that in time that will grow. But there's already a whole range of things on there that I think you'll find useful. So go and check it out. In terms of the categories, I'll launch a little bit more into these, but the aim of them is to provide, you know, technology solutions to help you manage your volunteers within your organisation. The resources area is to provide a curated selection of templates, guides, research related to volunteer management. And the training section aims to bring you training from across Australia to help improve your practice and support your team's growth. So you can start to see there that each of these areas are targeted exclusively on the volunteer management practitioners out there. And we're hoping to bring you the right tools and technology and training to help you in your roles. Here's a little screenshot from the technology page, and you can see there that, again, you've got the same search functionality and the same filters down the side. And what we're trying to do here is to bring you some technology listings. And here's an example of one that is from Be Collective, where you probably clicked on one of those results from the previous page, and it takes you into a reputable market-leading provider in volunteer management software. You know, we've tried to get rid of the fly-by-nighters. I get 20 of these on my email every other week that come in from some random email address. But what we've tried to do is curate some of the more reputable software providers in Australia to sort of weed out some of the ones that might not be quite as relevant for your organisation or your data management solutions. So each solution is going to be tagged with filters relating to user needs, things like sector, things like organisational size, and different features that the software offers. And you can see a lot of those tags listed in the left-hand grayed column there. And the intent is on the right-hand side, is to try and summarise the solution to provide you with an opportunity to compare the different solutions within this marketplace. So instead of you going to different providers' pages and comparing apples with oranges. What we've tried to do is make it much easier to do a comparison and see what each particular solution brings to the table within key areas that were identified by our users in the first instance. So the listings also feature a little bit of screenshots and videos that give you that visual appeal, as well as a link back to the provider's site where you can get even more information. And so they're just the first touch point, I guess, to a different place. In the resources category, you've already seen this page in the context of search. But if you were to click on one of those listings on the right-hand side of the screen there, it would take you to a more detailed listings page for each resource. And in this instance, we've chosen the one on background checks, and you can start to see that similar tags and things are in that grayed out column on the left-hand side. What you may or may not have noticed is that at the top of the page, underneath background checks, there's a little purple tick, and the little purple tick indicates that it's aligned to the national strategy and the national standards. And we see this as one of the real features of the site is that, let's say you were trying to hit one of those national strategy focus areas, you'd be able to click on one of the filters there that pertains to the focus area that you were trying to meet, and you'd have a whole selection of resources that were relevant to that particular area. So it's kind of like a really, really good enabler for organisations such as yourselves that are trying to take action on the national strategy, that are trying to meet the national standards, and it's a neat little way of, I guess, categorising some of those resources so that you can make it a little bit easier for yourself to implement. I guess the intent is also to summarise the resource to provide you with sufficient information, and you can see some of the headings there or the subheadings where we've tried to demonstrate the benefits to volunteer managers, volunteer organisations. It's also structured and tagged to provide rich search engine content and drive traffic to the site. So it's not just searchable within our site, it's also searchable on Google, on Bing, a lot of those common search engines that are out there. The full resource is often featured on another site, and if you were to click in that downloads and sources area in the purple at the bottom there, it would generally take you to the site where the source of that information is hosted. And we are obviously very keen to attribute the authors and so on for the relevant resources, and we do so at the bottom there. You can see a little link back to the people that have created this particular resource, so that we give them the recognition that it has been their resource and their efforts that have contributed to creating it. I'll talk a little bit more about the training area now, and you can see there that it's a similar sort of layout, except we're maintaining that colour theme of blue rolling through for training activities. And here you can click on any one of those little boxes there that, there's the same filters and the same search functionality. But any of those boxes, if you were to click on more details, it would take you through to the site where you could make a booking for the various training activities. So what we are trying to do on this particular page is just give you a short summary of what the training's all about. And you can see in that first box there that it's a masterclass on the top legal issues in managing volunteers with Justice Connect. So, we are tapping in here to some of those legal challenges that organisations might find. And this particular training is hosted online, so you're able to join it from wherever you are in the country. And it's a good opportunity for you to have a little short summary of what that training's all about, as well as the people that are delivering it, plus the timing and any costs associated with it. What I'd say about the bulk of the training offerings that are up here is that they are free. So they're not even going to impact on your PD budgets or anything like that. So it's a fantastic opportunity to browse, not just capability and capacity development perspective, but also from a budgetary perspective. We all operate on shoestring budgets, and so there's some very reasonably priced or free training on here. When you do have a look at these training listings, you can start to see that, most of them are in places near you. Some of them they often link back to the volunteering peak body in your state. I mean, this has been our first iteration of this, and so we're presenting a national curated selection of training. But in time, we hope to be able to feature a lot of the training from volunteer involving organisations outside the peak bodies. For now, though, it's the first incremental outing for this, and certainly we hope to build and extend that into the future. Some of the other features of the site, like I said earlier, there are user accounts that people can use. And what signing into a user account enables you to do is to save your preferences. So let's say you're looking at this site this week, you're able to then re-access those articles at a later date. You may even want to share them with your team or other people in your organisation, your peers, whoever it may be. In doing so, we're trying to gather only the most basic personal data from our users. You know, the three things that we're asking you for are your name, an email, and unique password. So we don't want you reusing your other passwords. Come up with a unique one for this site. That then means that we're not presenting too much of a data risk for yourselves, and it gives you a little bit more comfort that that you're able to sign into this sort of solution and have that level of personalization. You're able to bookmark those articles, and you're even able to sign up to our mailing list so that we can bring you news on some of the latest features that happen as a result of the Volunteering Gateway rollout. The other things that we'll find here in future are we're hoping to bring other functionality to the site, and a lot of that will be tied to different user accounts. So we encourage you to sign up and participate in that as well. This has been designed with mobile in mind. You know, tablet, mobile phone, whatever it may be. We know a lot of you operate on the fly, on the go, on those types of devices. We have cut down all the graphics and so on so that they load quickly, they load easily. If you're based in a regional or rural area and your bandwidth is low, you know, we understand. We know that not everywhere has lightning fast internet, and so this cut down version of the site for mobile and tablet really just brings you the core elements. You still get all the functionality, but you don't get all the time consuming graphics. So it's a great little way of seeing things on the different devices that we operate on in the modern day. So what's next for this project? You know, we've got the marketing and commencement of the public pilot that started on the 13th of August. The campaign's going to continue through 2024. We've got 4 enhancement sprints scheduled over the next quarter periods, right through to the mid-2025. Where we're hoping that the project is due for completion around that stage. So that will be the first horizon of this project, and then any subsequent horizons will be subsequent to funding that's been negotiated as we speak. So what can you do? Go and visit the Volunteering Gateway. Go and check it out and see what you think.